Let me tell you something. Waiting is hard. And when you're praying and hoping month after month after month, after cycle, after test, it can feel like you're stuck, right? Especially when you're trying to conceive and you're just like, Lord, am I even growing in this season? Am I prepared for what you are doing next? Like, what is going on? And if you're feeling stuck right now, that's kind of what I want to talk about. And I want to talk about how you're not just in the waiting room, right? We talk a lot about waiting, right? Waiting in regards to this journey of trying to get pregnant, but you're not just in the waiting room. There is a purpose, right, to the wait. There's a purpose to the wait, and you can glow up in this season of your wait. You can glow up in the season of your wait to prepare you and propel you forward into the season that God has for you.
Hola, it's Avi, aka Octavia Steen, natural fertility doula, health coach, and creator of the faith-based business Mother Mindset. Welcome to the Fertile Faith Podcast, a podcast that helps women of God who are trying to get pregnant naturally to overcome negative thoughts and balance her hormones so she no longer has to be overwhelmed and consumed by her TTC journey. I'm so glad that you're here, sis. I can't wait to dive into this episode.
Y'all, the enemy did not want me to do this podcast. Um, Last week, I recorded a whole podcast and I went back through the footage, no audio. This week, I come down with I don't know, cooties, some type of cooties, and I had a whole fever. I was down for the count this week, y'all. And still, y'all can probably hear it in my voice, a little congested, but we are here because nothing will stop me. Nothing, right? Will stop me from putting out this word, letting you all know how you can glow up spiritually while you're waiting for God to give you a baby, right? Wait on God for a baby. And I want to talk about the glow up real quick. And this is going to be a quick episode, but I want to talk about, what glow up means, right? When we think about glow up, if you saw this face back in sixth grade, um, we had a lot of work to do, okay? This is a glow up, y'all. I had braces. Back in the day, glasses were not cool. I still wear my glasses, but back in the day, glasses weren't cool. I had glasses. I was Four Eyes. I was Train Tracks, and I had all types of nicknames for bullies. And it was just the whole thing, okay? But we're not going to further talk about that. Anywho, this is a glow up. I guarantee you. And a glow up is a transformation. I thank God I do not look like what I have been through. But glow up is a transformation. It's a shift, a strengthening. I love that word, strengthening. I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me, right? And so, that glow up is your strength. It's a physical representation of your strength, but it's also spiritual. You could have a glow up spiritually and have a spiritual representation of you putting on that whole armor of God, right? Maybe one day you just put the helmet of salvation on, right? You first get saved, you have that helmet of salvation, you've claimed that salvation, but you don't have nothing else on, right? You have that helmet, but you don't have no breastplate of righteousness. You don't have the sheet shod with the preparation of gospel of peace. You don't have the sword of the spirit, right? You don't even know how to wield prayer. You don't have what you need to be equipped, right? But there is a process in this glow up, right? Because the transformation is not overnight. You transform by doing little things day by day, right? Taking small steps day by day. And I remember when I was in my waiting season of trying to conceive, trying to get pregnant, after my miscarriage. I always talk about that season after my miscarriage because it felt like forever. Like the back-to-back miscarriages felt like a really long time. And even in that, my waiting season wasn't wasted. After my miscarriage, during that portion of time, the Lord started to show me the different things that He desired me to do in my own life, right? In my spiritually, physically, mentally, right? In order for me to glow up, right? In order for me to gain this strength that I needed spiritually in my faith, this is what I was going through, right? And there were 3 things that he really helped me to do. And during that time, the first thing was he helped me to submit, right? To come under the mission, submission, under the mission of him, under the mission of God. Because yes, I was doing all these things, for my faith and doing and really my faith, I started to doubt. And, when things came about, like my miscarriage, I kind of fell off the wheel, right? He brought me back to him, right? Brought me back under his mission and his will for my life, right? So I had to submit. The next thing I had to do was change my perspective. I had to change, my perspective. And when I changed my perspective, my habits started to change, right? The things that I was doing, I moved differently in my mindset, like in my mindset, as well as just physically. I started to move different. I started to spiritually move different in different ways. And they created habits. I call them my holy habits inside of my course, but they created habits to help me, further along into my motherhood journey. And then the last thing he had me do was prepare, right? Preparation is key. He had me prepare my body and prepare spiritually for this next season that he had for me, which was motherhood, right? And so, spiritual growth and glowing up spiritually, it prepares you for the blessing that's ahead. So if you're feeling stagnant, if you're feeling stuck right now, maybe, just maybe, God is wanting to propel you forward into your blessing, but he's looking to strengthen you in this season. He's looking to transform you in this season, to shift you into the next season. But first, he's trying to prepare you. So I want to give you some ways that you can glow up spiritually. And the first way, obviously, is to submit. One, submit. What is a way that you can submit, right, to God, be under his mission? You can set up your prayer routine, right? You can get into prayer. You can remember to yield that sword of the spirit, right? And pray. Doesn't have to be fancy. It just has to be consistent. Pray. That is one way that you can submit to him. Another way that you can submit is to pick an anchor scripture for your fertility journey. For me, it was Proverbs 3:5, my favorite scripture of all time. I use it inside my course, but it is trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways acknowledge him and he will direct your path. That was my anchor scripture and still is. So choose an anchor scripture to fall under the submission, right? Under the submission of God and his will for your life. Number 2 is to change, right? Working with what I went through. Change your mindset, change your perspective, change your habits, right? Journaling really opened up a lot of things for me. So maybe that can help you. Write down small ways that you see God's hand in your life right now. Create these healthy habits for your mind in order for you to change your perspective in the habits that are currently going on right now that are not leading you to God, right? Change those habits to habits that will lead you closer to him. And then the third thing is to prepare your body, right? Prepare your mind. This is a season of preparation. This is a season of preparation, and it's preparing you for a new season. If you feel stuck, if you feel like you are just like spinning your wheels right now and just all these things are happening and you're not seeing where you're supposed to learn from this, God is trying to prepare you for this new season. He's trying to prepare you and propel you into the next season. And that next season is motherhood. That next season is motherhood, God willing, right? Lord willing. And so, I want to encourage you that, spiritual growth isn't just for this season. It's setting a foundation for motherhood, right? This sets the foundation for, being patient with your children. This sets a foundation for, how your children are going to react when certain things come their way, and they're going to need you as a mother to help them through it, right? And so this is not just for you. This is for your children too, right? This season is not just for you. It's for your pregnancy. It's for postpartum. It's for toddlerhood. It's for when your children are teenagers, right? This is helping to grow and glow you up spiritually, okay? And so if you are looking for ways to really have that firm foundation in Jesus, and growing your faith while you're waiting, grab my free fertility checklist. My free fertility checklist at fertilitychecklist.com. It'll help you stay focused. It's a simple guide. It has 3 fertility checklists in there. Checklist for nutrition as well as prayer, and a TTC checklist. So grab that at fertilitychecklist.com to help you along this journey, and I will talk to you in our next episode. I pray that today's episode was helpful. If it was, please leave a review to help this podcast reach other women of faith who are trying to conceive, and tag me over on Instagram at mother.mindset so I can shout you out. I can't wait to help you pinpoint ovulation and navigate this journey with peace and confidence alongside the Lord. Blessings and baby dust.